Hey girls, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for beginners. So this is going to be a super easy makeup tutorial and kind of show you like the basic steps. I'm going to start with the eyebrows. You can use an eyebrow pencil and do it that way, or you can use a pomade. I use this one by LA Girl and it's only like $6, I believe. In my last video I used it and I showed the prices there. So this is a pomade, which means it's a cream and it's a lot more pigmented than a pencil, I would say. A pencil takes like a minute to, build up. But yeah, for me this is easier and it lasts longer. So what I do is I just start at the bottom of my brow and I just line it. So I outline it first and then I start just filling it in, not going over my natural eyebrow. So I just fill it in and I go super lightly right here in the front because I don't like too much product there. And I just grabbed a little bit more product and I'm gonna start on the top of my eyebrow, and I like to start right here in the middle and then just kind of make my arch. So if you're scared to make your arch, just start where your brow like naturally arches and then just little by little raise it tiny bit higher. And this does take some practice to like know what shape you want. And then I would say not to be so picky at first because I do use concealer to create my final shape. Okay, so now I'm just taking my concealer. This one's by e.l.f. Putting some on the back of my hand like that. And a flat brush. So something like this I feel like is very helpful. And I will pick some of that up and I will start at the inner corner of my eyebrow, the beginning of my eyebrow. And just like small little strokes, clean up under the brow. Like that. And I will bring just a tiny bit of it down just to help blend. And then from here, I usually like to grab my finger like this and just blend that out. And if you have a lot of product right next to your brow, something that I learned from Let's Do Makeup, she like takes the back of her hand and she just stamps it like that, and it will pick up any excess. So like that. And then I will do the same thing to the top of my eyebrow. And of course, how you do your eyebrows is personal preference. You might have like beautiful, fuller brows than I do, and you don't have to do this much work. But if you have eyebrows similar to mine, that is how I like to. Okay, so this step is optional. It's brow gel. The one that I have here is by CoverGirl. It's called Easy Breezy Brow. Now we are moving on to primer. I say you need an eyeshadow primer. Like, this makes the difference. Personally, this one is by Morphe. You can get it at Ulta, in store, or you can order it on their website, or of course on Morphe's website. And I like to use this much. And why I feel like you need a primer is because I've experienced lots of creasing or colors not showing up properly, and that is because I didn't use a primer. I used concealer, and I feel like the only way to get your colors to pop really well with concealer is if you use a super light concealer and like a heavy amount, which I don't like to do that, honestly. I'm going to give you two options for eyeshadow, and there's many more options, but these are the ones that I have and I've used and I really love. So they are these. This little baby by e.l.f. This one's a lot newer. I believe these are $3, $3 or $4, and I got mine at Target. And I think they have them at Walmart as well, and they are so stunning. Kathleen Lights, she put everyone on. And this one is by Rimmel. Super, super pretty. It has all your basic browns, beautiful shimmers. Like, I feel like this is a great go-to palette. So I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use today. I feel like I'm gonna go for this one, the e.l.f., just because this one's newer. So I'm gonna go in with this one. And of course, we're going to start off with the matte shades. Matte shades are essential. Okay, so the first color I'm going to use is the lightest one right here. I'm going to dip my brush in a couple times. And then if you feel like you have too much powder, just give it a little tap. And then we're going to start in our crease. So your crease, when you open your eye, it's like right here, like this middle section of your eyelid space. So right in here, below the brow bone, above the lid. So right there. We're gonna go in with that first shade. And you always want to start with a shade like this, like light to medium toned, like a shade or two deeper than your skin tone, like that. And you're just gonna rock it back and forth, and you can make shorter little strokes like this as well to get a little blend. And patience is key. You gotta have patience. You don't want to rush it because then your shadow will not be evenly distributed. And I'm just gonna use the same brush, a little fluffy brush like this, and I'm gonna clean it off in one of these. You can find one of these like color switch brush cleaners at the dollar store for $1. And they're super, super helpful, so you don't have to keep switching brushes. You can use like one brush for the whole look, literally. So I'm gonna go in with the deeper shade now. And again, just start off with a little bit. Like a little bit like this. And then give it a little tap if you think you got too much. And we're gonna start on the outer lid right here. Just start right there. Just tap it in. And this adds definition to your eyes and depth, if you can tell the difference. Like that right here on the outside. And you want to create like a small, like a little triangle shape. So out to a point and then back in like that. And then just slightly and slowly start dragging it into your crease, just below that first color that we put in, just like that. And you could stop here if you wanted for a more subtle look. You could just stop right there, and it's super, super pretty, simple, basic, just a classic little look. Or if you wanted it a little bit more smokier and sexy, just add some more. And you can slowly start to bring it in closer to the middle of your eyelid. Like that. Now, if you feel like you went too much on that darker shade, just clean off your brush once again really, really well. And then you're just gonna go over those dark edges and little circular motions, blend that out. Just start off slowly. Don't just be like, oh my god, I need to blend this out. Like, just start very slowly like this and diffuse it. So you could stop here and the look would be absolutely stunning, and you could just add your mascara and you are good to go. Or if you wanted a little bit of shimmer, you could take a shimmery shade like this And just with your finger, you don't even need to use a brush, apply it just right here in the inner corners, right there. And that shade is from the Rimmel palette. You could also do something a little bit more medium toned like this, and that's the one I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna take a brush like this, and this one I believe is by e.l.f. and it was like $3. I love brushes like these, and I'm going to pick it up like that. Get quite a bit on there. These are so beautiful. And I'm just gonna start stamping it. So you're gonna press down. So press and pull a little bit like that. You don't want to rub it all around because your shadow will not stick that way. It will just go all over your face. So I'm going to start off with stamping that on my lid. And if you have hooded eyelids like I do, just look like this. And you're going to want to see the shadow. So you're going to want to go over your crease, that little line. Okay, so again, I cleaned the brush. I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm just going to blend at that little line where we put the shimmer shade so it's not harsh. So just slightly blend that into the shadow so it's not a harsh line. And it's just pretty and diffused. So what I like to do from here is grab a makeup wipe and create a sharper edge just so it looks a little bit cleaner. Just right here, starting at your lower lash line right there, and drag it out. Just it creates a nice clean look, and then pick up any fallout. So that right there was already just this little eyeshadow palette. We used 3 colors and 2 brushes. Super, super simple. And now I'm just gonna apply some mascara. And I don't really like this mascara. I actually don't have any other mascara other than my mini It Cosmetics one because I'm obsessed with eyelashes and I wear eyelashes all the time. But I'm gonna use this one just to show you guys what it looks like with mascara. And then I will show you a natural option for fake eyelashes. Okay, so here's what the look looks like with some mascara. Not the best mascara, but yeah, it would look a lot better if I had the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. That was my favorite forever because it reminds me of the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. So now I'm going to show you an option for some cute little eyelashes. These are by Salon Perfect. And these are the natural like curly lashes. I don't know the exact name of it just because I ripped off the top of it so I could store it in my drawer. But if I find the name, I will insert it. So I've got the glue applied to the eyelashes. And you could either blow on them. I know some people don't like to blow on them. You could just like wave them around for about 30 to 40 seconds. You do want to wait for them. For the glue, if it is white, you want to wait for it to go a little like slightly clear because it needs to be tacky in order to stick onto your eyelid. Because if you just put the glue, put it on your eye, it's going to slip everywhere. Okay, so now they are tacky and I'm going to apply them. So the way I like to do it is I usually place them in the middle of my eyelid first, like that. And then I will connect the outer corner. And then I will connect the inner corner. Sorry if you guys can't see. And then if they're too short in the front, I will just drag it slowly in. And then personally, what helps me is closing my eye and pressing it in the inner corner because sometimes your eye can like fidget and move around too much. So I will just grab it and I will close my eye and then apply pressure. And they look like this. And then from here you could leave it like that, or if your eyelashes hang, you can get an eyelash curler and stick them together. Or what I like to do is just grab them and pinch my eyelashes into the falsies very gently. So you can leave it like that, super, super easy and simple, or you can just pinch your brush, go in with the deeper shade like that on the very tips, tap it a little bit, and then go right up against your lash line. So right in there, and connect it to your outer, I don't even know what it's called, your outer eye. Yeah. So just like that. And then you can bring it in as far as you want. Now we are going to do our inner corners. You cannot forget your inner corners. So I just used whatever highlighter I'm using, and I will pick some of that up on like a little pointed brush, or you could use your pinky. Just go like that and just place it right here.